My name is Ashley Ewish, and today I'm going to show you one of the ways in which you can use Pear Deck in your classroom as a formative assessment tool. Right now, you're looking at the screen in which would be displayed within the classroom or on a virtual platform if you're using this virtually. This screen would be accessible to the entire course or all of your students. And what you see right now is I've already started the process of the students working on this activity. If you have students that come in a little bit late, they can join using the code JBKAIB at any time, and they will join the session, which is really awesome because we know that sometimes people don't always get to class on time. So prior to the students logging onto this, I, as the educator, created flashcards with definitions. And the students then would log in on their device, whether it be their cell phone or their computer, and they would then be prompted to work on their own flashcards, which includes drawing a picture and then creating their own example or text for the flashcard. At that point, then, they can push ship it. Now, also, the students can be either working individually, they could be working in pairs, they could be working in small groups. This allows not only for a formative assessment to occur, but it enhances different learning styles. So if you have a visual person, they're associating the term with a visual. If you have auditory, we're talking out loud, we're talking about the text, and they can work together and bounce ideas off of each other. So there's a strength for everyone using this platform. So I have already created my card on my team for respiratory failure. So I'm not much of an artist. So I'm going to ship my card, and this is the student would ship their card. And if there were more students, or if I want to do more examples, right now on my phone it says draw an example of inhalation. I could pop up a card and draw an example for a card of inhalation. Right now, for the process of time, I'm just going to do one card. The next phase would be quality control. I'm going to click over as the educator, and I'm going to look at this team's card for respiratory failure. So I can see that their respiratory failure card, they drew, it looks like a really sad person that's having a hard time breathing. It looks like maybe CO2 is in black and maybe O2 is in blue. This allows for communication. It shows that the lungs are crossed out because they're not working well. It says no O2, positive CO2. And the definition that they provided was COPD causes less oxygen to enter the lungs and more CO2 to be trapped. So we can then discuss this as a team or as a classroom, and we can vote. Yes, does this show respiratory failure? And click the check mark and approve it, or no, does it not? So as a class, we can decide, yeah, this sounds pretty good for respiratory failure. We're going to go ahead and accept this term. And it's going to say, you've made an amazing term. The cool thing about this too is then it also gives your team, but I'm the only person playing, so I'm this sole teammate, 1 point. So it can be competitive as well. And then you can also have it printed as a set for your student. So this would be really, really nice for someone that is visual, wants to make flashcards. It'll show their picture, and they can go home and show their friends and be proud of what they've made. So this allows formative assessment, positive feedback, and allows students to work independently together in small groups, and really is a great and wonderful tool that Pear Deck has offered.